Yeah, real quick, because when we talk correction, we usually thinking between 6 and 20%. Obviously, today we had 2.6 at the high. I think we closed maybe at 2%, like you called, which was ridiculous. I got my text messages late. So, yeah. So do you think, or do you foresee a continuous sell-off, or have we reached the floor a little bit, and this pullback? Because I see the futures already for tomorrow are up. So, what's your take before Ian gives his?
So we got to understand what are the two, sell-offs and pullbacks. They represent the same thing, but they are different things, right? So one represents panic selling, the other one represents people just taking profit, right? We must understand when one is happening and when the other is happening, and then we understand how we can react. One of the things, I'm gonna be real with you, that I don't never try to predict. I just go off what the market is doing. So I'll wake up and I actually saw that the futures may have a little bounce back, but one of the things I will say is this: don't let a bounce back make you think the market has recovered. We've seen it numerous amount of times. What that means is today's sellers got in. We see futures picking up. That means buyers have entered the market. Mm-hmm. What we'll understand the difference is who's going to, it's like a tug of war, mm-hmm. right? It's like a tug of war. Will the buyers outdo the sellers, or will the sellers panic more and the buyers become obsolete? Right. And so in these type of unstable markets, right, and I want people to understand this because I see a lot of people say, oh, it's deals everywhere. It's deals everywhere. I personally, Ian may say something else because he's a genius in his own right, for sure. We all have the thing we're strong at. I typically don't believe that because the market is down 2%, that there's deals to be made just because it's 2%.
Facts.
Right. Yeah. The only way you understand a deal is if you can understand the value of the business. Once you can understand the value of a business, then you can find a deal. So if you can find something that's about 8% on discount, I think it's a good place to get it. If it's at 5%, I think it's a place for you to, stick your feet in the water. But it's only 1-2%. I mean, it's nothing to panic about. You shouldn't sell off. You shouldn't get out of the position. One of my golden rules is sell the eggs, not the goose, man. Right? Sell the eggs, not the goose. If you don't know what that means, let me just give you a little bit more before Ian chop in. The stock market for me is I like to look at companies like in the streets, right? So there's a difference between having a plug and a connect, right? There's a difference. Made up before I say this, everybody get your power recognitions out.
Thank you, please. Thank you. Come on. You just gonna jump right into the kitchen, bro? Come on.
Straight up, man. Like get your power recognitions out. Get your triple beams ready, right? So there's a difference between having a plug and a connect, right? A plug is proud of the neighborhood guy, right? He's not doing hand-to-hand no more. He only messages you want to cop some work, right? The connect is the person who can give you some work, right? The plug is the person who he gets it from, right? So what happens for me in the market is I like to look for plugs and not connects, right? I like to look for plugs. So what I mean by looking for plugs is the connect can be inconsistent, right? The connect can only be dependent on the plug. And if he can't get a plug, then he's going to be going to different places. So now he may have multiple sources he's going to go from. Doesn't necessarily mean he's going to always have some good work, right? That means he's going to have some good work sometimes. He's going to have some all right work sometimes. And sometimes it's just going to be stepped on. You as the hustler got to determine what's going on. For me, I want to go to a connect because a connect going to always have what you need. But sometimes the connect gonna be 100 with you and say, yo, Trap, check it out, bro. Like right now, like I gotta put a little tax on it because some things happen. It may cause, some things done got knocked off coming in. The feds done hit me up. I had to pay the DA a little bit. So he gonna tax you a little bit. But because you know the value, you might say, you know what, look, I'm good. Let me know when the drought is over. Let me know you ain't taxing no more. Terrorists, let me know you ain't taxing no more. So then you go find you another one. The reason why I like to deal with plugs is because they're going to reward me no matter what. Even if I'm not buying from them, I know it's good. As a hustler on the street, you want what's called a moat in your business. Why? Because you want to be known for, yo, Trap always got the blue magic. I'm rocking with Trap. When Trap don't got nothing, I'ma just chill. Whereas you can be the person who don't have the blue mask and they be like, yo, you know what? Let me use you right quick, Ian. Don't take this as bad, right? They might say, man, Ian got he good today, but tomorrow it might be a little stepped on. Like I don't want.
No, I don't got no step though, but I'll get your analogy.
Yeah, that's why I say just.
No,
right.
I got you. I'm gonna let you rock.
You be cooking. You be cooking. And let me say, I'm not taking nothing.
No, you my guy.
My guy be cooking. So what happens is you want to always deal with companies that's always, got some blue magic, man. If you don't find companies that have blue magic, what happens is you're gonna always be scrambling. Because you always scrambling, now you always looking for deals instead of just saying, yo, let me get a good company that's gonna reward me forever. I'm gone.
My guy.
Trap. Only Trap can break it down the way he breaks it down. Legendary Wall Street Trapper. Ian, what's your take on the market, current state of the market?
You can't want exceptional deals and not have an exceptional pullback. Nice. So I was going to drop 200, but my guys on, so I was going to say the presentation. But a couple quick stats, like I got one from Ben Carlson I thought was interesting. The S&P 500 hit 58 new all-time highs since the market correction ended in 2020. The stock market is up 75% of the time. The S&P 500 since 1928. The average bull market lasts 1,121 days. The average bear market lasts 207. 400,001 days of a bull market since March 9, 2009. Why are you worried about shorting the market? I'm gonna just be real. Like most people can't read the market. I mean, that's why I put in our chat. Like Apple's gonna go to 124.76, decent area to buy, but a 2% pullback is nothing. So what it tells me, when everyone was hitting me up and like, yo, what do you think? You bought at bad prices. Because now, and I'll give you guys a tip if you guys want me to give you a tip, just put tip in chat, and I can help you out to be able to gauge. But we've been hitting tip forever. So you can go to TradingView, or if you're on TD Ameritrade, there's an indicator you can use called balance of market power that will show you in real time if the market is overall green or red. So I always tell Xander, green means up, red means down. But anytime that we've had pullbacks like these, like October, November on down, these were ideal times to buy. So what happens is we'll have these red days and everyone's like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? I didn't read. I know you tell me to read, but I don't want to read, but I want the gains, right? That's not going to happen. But you have a chance to then wait for the market to sell off for a few more days and you may be able to grab it. And fear and greed is at 16. If it gets to 10, it'll be a good time to buy. But when things are at a high like this, those highs have to come down. But overall, don't worry. I've always said it. If I think the market is going to crash, or it's really bad, I'll come on here and be like, oh my God, this shit going to hell. Like take everything out. I'm going to take everything out of my account. No more Market Mondays. I don't know what to do. Facts. This isn't a reason for a panic. And Friday, we had expiration in the futures market. So there's a lot of reshuffling of the money and people are traveling. So now we're back to a normal schedule of when people take off a month or two from the market, from investing as heavy, then September to pick back up and we'll be fine. But the big variable is that Delta variant, which is, I told you guys all last year what I thought about it. And it doesn't come up enough, like how the crystal ball worked well there. This is the one we have to worry about. And on top of that, we'll talk about it next week, but only 1% of people right now are paying their student loans back, including people that are working. So when I tell you, I'm not worried about this. The ticking time bomb I'm worried about is if that bubble pops, it'll be 14 times bigger than a housing crash of 2008. That's what you got to look out for.
Yeah, that's a big bomb. That's a big bomb. It's the number one conveyor of debt in our country, even more than real estate at this point. So yeah, man. Yep. And you're right. I think the extension is until the end of September, and we'll see what they do after that. But
it's tough.